Hey Fins Nation, how we feeling, my aqua and orange diehards? Picture this. Our Miami Dolphins coming off that gritty 16-13 overtime win in Madrid, finally catching their breath during the bye at 4-7. And then Mike McDaniel drops a line that instantly wakes up every fan. We're gonna have a good collection of guys coming back. After weeks of injuries piling up, that sounds like straight-up hope. With the Saints waiting on November 30th, getting key players back could be exactly what shifts the momentum. So let's break down who might return, what it means, and why these next few days could quietly reshape the Dolphins' season. Let's start in the trenches. Austin Jackson, our rock at right tackle, opened his practice window last week. He didn't suit up against Washington, but the vibe around the team screams he's gearing up for the Saints game. He's been out since that week 1 toe injury, missing 9 straight, unfortunately, a trend across 4 of his last 5 seasons. But when he does play, the whole line stabilizes. Tua gets cleaner pockets, the sack rate drops, the run game opens up. The only question now is, will he shake off the rust quickly, or will it take time? Fins Nation, how confident are we in Jackson stepping right back into form? Right next to him is another big storyline, James Daniels. He lasted just 4 snaps in week 1 before a pec injury knocked him out. Brutal, especially after he worked all offseason to return from a torn Achilles. McDaniel's optimism has insiders buzzing that Daniels could be designated for return soon, potentially in time for New Orleans. And we need him. Short yardage efficiency has tanked without him, and Cole Strange struggled in Madrid. If Jackson and Daniels return together, it could transform the entire right side of the line. Dream scenario or too much hope? You tell me. Now for a position nobody expected to talk about this much. Kicker. Jason Sanders has been sidelined since preseason warm-ups with a hip issue, way past the original 6-week expectation. Meanwhile, Riley Patterson has quietly been clutch, 17 of 19 on field goals, including the walk-off winner in Spain. Sanders has the resume and the range, but Patterson has momentum. So what happens if Sanders gets activated? Is it his job automatically, or do you ride the hot hand? The fan base is split. Where do you land? And then there's the wild card, Darren Waller. His pec injury in Week 7 landed him on IR, but after 4 games missed, he's eligible to return, and McDaniel's comments sure sounded like he's in the mix for the Saints game. Before going down, Waller had 4 touchdowns in 4 games. That's exactly the red zone spark this offense has been missing. But he's also just unretired, dealt with nagging injuries all summer, and carries some risk. Does he come back as a full-time weapon or ease in behind Greg Dulcich? Personally, I'm picturing both on the field together, nightmare matchup for defenses. To circle back briefly, Jackson's value is real. When he's on the field, yards after contact go up, the outside runs open, and a chain turns into a missile. But the durability concerns? Hard to ignore. The big question is whether this is the comeback that finally breaks the cycle. The same goes for Daniels. His absence has been felt every single week. He's that veteran presence who wins the dirty, physical snaps that turn 3-RD and 1 into first downs. Getting him back would be huge for Miami's identity on offense. The kicker dilemma continues. Sanders has the pedigree, Patterson has the production. It's a genuine toss-up, and McDaniel's comments didn't help us predict anything. And finally, Waller returning could genuinely change how this offense functions. He's a mismatch in the red zone, a safety valve in the middle of the field, and the type of TE who can spark momentum instantly. But how healthy is he? And how fast can he ramp up? Those are the real questions. Fins Nation, this bye week might quietly be one of the most important stretches of the season. Jackson, Daniels, Sanders, Waller, each one changes a different part of the machine. If even 2 or 3 of them return at full speed, the Saints game could look very different from what we've seen lately. So tell me, which return excites you the most? And which one worries you the most? Drop your thoughts. Let's feel the pulse of the fan base. Fins up, always.